in the conference, and it's largely because of him. And it's not just the offense. And you see what the kind of business he gives guys like Tristan Thompson and Tice. Those guys are no match for Embiid. For all the kind of small ball that they play now, Embiid combines some of those skills with some classic big man skills. And there's really not a lot of guys who can match up with him just physically. On offense, gave him 42 points. But defensively, especially in the start of this season, I thought he's been the best player on the team, and Ben Simmons coming back from injury. But Embiid has an enormous impact on defense. So if you're having that kind of impact on both sides of the floor, and your team is the best record in the conference, to me, you're the MVP so far.
Please, I don't even want to hear it. It's Kevin Durant. It's Kevin Durant right now. Let me tell you something right now. Don't look like that, big boy. Kendrick Perkins, you heard me. Kevin Durant right now is more of an MVP than Joel Embiid. The brother averaging 30, 54%, shooting 48% from three-point range. This brother, by the way, Kyrie Irving disappeared for 7 games. Kevin Durant was still flowing. Okay, James Harden came back for the last 3. You know, they won the first 2, and then they lost last night. Let me tell you something right now. You look at KD, 18-month hiatus on an Achilles tear, and then comes back and doesn't look like he's missed a beat. It's one thing if this was the middle of the season. No, he came back immediately looking like KD. And oh, by the way, when you talk about the Philadelphia 76ers, I want y'all to pay attention to something. You know what? I'm just done thinking about the Curry. I'm tired of mentioning this. I've just decided it's all about Curry. Just like little Kendrick Perkins, a.k.a. Stone, okay? Just like he doing his thing on the basketball court and the football field. Look at what the hell Seth Curry doing. You got Daddy Curry doing his thing for years. Then you got Steph Curry being the greatest shooter since man, all right? And look at Seth Curry. Look at Seth Curry in Philadelphia right now. Averages 17 a game. Yeah. Shooting about 60% from the field, about 59% from
playing more than he did in the past, too.
I mean, my God, if you're a Curry, you can shoot, damn it. All right, and that helps because Ben Simmons clearly still can't shoot, only averaging less than 13 a game and stuff like that. But I'm just saying, collectively, with Maxey and Embiid and Curry and Tobias Harris balling and all of this, and Thibault and these boys, I'm looking in Brooklyn. It's KD all day, every day. I mean, just look at this brother right here. Clearly to me, when I think about KD, he going to win 2 awards this year. He going to win MVP, and he going to win Comeback Player of the Year.
Well, look, Stephen A., listen, I'm not totally disagreeing with you about nothing that you're saying about Kevin Durant. He's flat out balling. But we already knew this. The only person that didn't know and had suspicion was Max about, is KD going to be all right? Because almost always after Achilles tear, you don't be the same player. We know KD is a walking bucket. We know that if he wanted to, he could lead the league in scoring every single year. He's just that type of a talent. But if you look at Joel Embiid and the impact that he's having the best career. I mean, yes, he's having the best season of his career right now. And I said this, once they got Doc Rivers, I knew he was going to elevate and challenge Joel Embiid. He looks in phenomenal shape. And then everybody talk about, Joel, you need to get your big butt on the block. And rightfully so. But guess what? He's mixing it up. I'm watching them do the one-leg dirt. I'm watching them bring the ball up, 1-2 dribble pull-ups. I'm watching the big fella Euro step down the lane, going to the block, putting ownerships on the ref, attacking the paint, using that big body, quick spin moves. He's giving it all to us right now. The big fella is in his bag. Defensively, he's locked in. And look, I love Marcus Smart, but I don't agree with him about the game last night. Joel Embiid set the tone from the first quarter, right? And that's a rule in the NBA. And what he did was he set the tone for us being physical in the paint and made the refs take notice that, you know what, we're going to live in this paint. We're going to attack the basket. So the refs started seeing the Philadelphia 76ers attack early, so they started getting the whistle. The Boston Celtics was firing up 3-pointers in the first half. So that's why they didn't set the tone for themselves. You can't knock Joel Embiid for being physical and getting to the rack. Right now, Max is right. If I had to give an MVP award to anybody, it would be Joel Embiid.
And one more thing about Embiid. Marcus Smart, who's a very tough player, and he's smart. He's politicking with the refs basically through the media right now. but that's ludicrous that Embiid's getting all these calls. Embiid is right in his response. In fact, he's getting hacked on every play when he gets the ball on the block because there's nothing you can do. And he's getting double and triple teamed, and he's still scoring. Embiid has been phenomenal on both sides of the ball this year so far. And as a result, his team has the best record in the conference. That's an MVP.
That's why he would be the number 2 guy for league MVP. And by the way, don't give me that best record in the conference. James Harden won the league MVP. The Golden State Warriors, the best team in the league. Russell Westbrook won the league MVP. They weren't the number 1 seed or the team with the best record. There's been plenty of people that have won MVPs that didn't have the best record. That's no criteria here.
They have a dude who's dominating both sides of the floor.
Excuse me, I'm looking at Kevin Durant and what he's bringing to the table. And Kendrick Perkins, I'm accusing you of the same thing I'm accused Shaq of. Big man bias, even though Shaq kind of agreed with me in the end. I think it's big man bias on you, Kendrick Perkins. I think you're being a little bit biased because you're seeing a big boy in the post. You one of those dudes that don't feel that y'all get nearly as much love as you deserve because of how the game has changed, and the big man is being ignored and not nearly appreciated as much as they should. Now, you're probably right about that in terms of there needs to be more appreciation, but I think number 2 in the league MVP is not lacking appreciation. We respect you, Joel Embiid. You big time, but damn it, KD, right now, with all that nonsense going on in Brooklyn, look at how he's been balling from jump.
What was Stephen A? I could say I could feel like you being biased right now.
About what?
It's happening in Brooklyn. Because it's happening in Brooklyn.
I'm a Knicks fan.
For you being a fellow New Yorker,
yeah,
you gonna
he
be
feels
biased
left
towards,
out.
one of those New York teams. You know what I'm saying, Molly?
Queens.
So don't give me that about I'm being biased with
he
a big
wants
man.
to be with like the hype team with all the hoopla
Hollis is
around
close
it.
enough
And
to
he's
Brooklyn.
with
He's
the
all
sad Knicks.
It is close enough, but I don't like the traffic on Atlantic Avenue, so I would be biased against Brooklyn because of that.
Oh, my
That's what
goodness.
Kendrick Perkins missed. This ain't Texas, or we got all that room, all that space on the
wanna
highway.
get caught in
And by
traffic
the
on
way,
Atlantic.
it's two reasons why I wouldn't be supportive. It's the traffic on Atlantic Avenue.
Oh, gosh.
Okay?
There's traffic everywhere
and
in
the
New York.
BQE, and the BQE. That's number
No
1.
cupcakes.
And number two, the damn taxes in New York, because in Texas, they don't have any state income tax, okay? So I wouldn't be that biased. And number 3, I'm a Knicks fan, all right? By the way, they're 7-8. They're only a game back.
Oh, my God.
Oh, they're 7-8.
No one cares.
They only a game back from being a 500
And you know what, Stephen
They're only a game
A?
back.
I'm tired of
They're only a
hearing
game
you
back.
talk about taxes and all this stuff. You spend all your time in the 2 most expensive states.
And you
so
should
just
not
get
be
over it.
allowed.
California and New York. You're never going
Disney
to
World is in
Nashville
Orlando,
or Texas. You're never doing that.
Disney World is in Orlando, Florida,
Yeah.
and ESPN won't let me go down there.
You-
Because I guarantee you I
and
wouldn't.
Disney, that's a PG,
do
that's a
that. I would do
G-rated
that.
world. You're not involved
I'll do
there.
that.
You should not be allowed to talk about the Knicks until they're over 500.
All right, I have a
Over
question for
500.
Perk.
You get on Cowboys fans about mediocrity.
Last week we did talk about the Knicks, and they were over 500.
I'm talking about right now,
I want to ask
7
Perk
and
a
8.
question. Okay,
7 and 8. 7 and 8.
Embiid's the first Sixers player to drop 40 and 10 on the Celtics since Sir Charles back in